All right, so what you do, here's the sheet. Once you make your own copy of that, here it is. Okay, I'm going to explain it now. Okay, so you have to use, so you're going to have three tabs open, okay? You're going to have this one, obviously, what you're working on here. You're going to have your predicate verb list that you might still see some other verbs that aren't the ones that we're studying right now, okay? So you're going to need that open, the document itself, and this grid sheet, and your Latin American facts sheet. So it's quite a bit of things you should have open. Okay, Latin American facts sheet, predicate verb list, and these grids themselves. Okay, I'm going to give you an example. All right, uno. It says, escribe a donde fueron las personas. Write where the people went. So that's the first one. And I even changed this document just for you guys. The first line, and you don't have to delete the lines. I'm helping you out here, okay? The first one for each one is where they went, and the second one is what they did. Okay, so this says, escribe lo que hicieron. Write what they did there. Okay, so you have to use this packet in order to figure out the things about those places. Maybe you have to research on the internet, and the only thing you're doing on the internet is doing the research. You don't look up words on the internet. I say this almost every single day. Use your dictionaries for that stuff. I'm going to give an example for what I'm talking about here on the bottom. And I'm not saying you have to write this one down. Just listen. All right, so 7 says, yo, Paraguay. So I'm going to go to 7. And I'm going to write, I went to Paraguay. Yo, how do I say I went again? Okay, that's when you go to the grids here. I went. Yo, fui. And then for every one of those, you say, Yo, fui a Paraguay. Paraguay. All right, and then what did you do when you went there? Now, that doesn't mean that you use this verb, hacer, for each one of them. You might, if it says to use it. If not, you just have to write what they did there. And it's mainly these verbs. But like I said, you might see verbs that, you have to just use your verb list for, okay, and the endings. Okay, so I went to Paraguay. So I look at my notes, Latin America, and I scroll down to Paraguay. Maybe you didn't get this far, so maybe I just have to do it now. I'm just basically just giving you an answer right now. Aparte de español, otro idioma que se habla en Paraguay es Guarani. Aside from Spanish, another language that they speak in Paraguay it's called Guarani, okay? So that means I want to find something. I want to find something here that has to do with Paraguay. Islas Galapagos. I know that's not it because I know what country the Galapagos Islands are. Aprender el idioma Guarani. To learn the language Guarani. Oh, well, that must be it. So I went to Paraguay, and then you got to conjugate this verb. You have to conjugate it. Aprender. You don't say yo aprender. Oh, by the way, you still stay with yo. You still say yo. So I learned the language Guarani. Okay, so yo. All right, aprender. You know what? I forget the yo form of aprender, so I'm going to go over here to my verb list. Oh, yeah, aprendí. There it is. Yo aprendí el idioma Guarani. So, first line, what you did, what the person or people did. Second line is where they went, sorry. So every single one of the first one, you're going to just be using this verb right here. It's either fui, fuiste, fue, fuimos, or fueron. And then the second one is what they did when they went there according to, it's got to be correct, the facts. So the first one, so this one, once you, maybe I'll leave this up here, went. Okay, so number 1 is going to be my parents, mis padres, and then however you say went in the my parents form, and then don't forget the letter A there, went to Mexico. Okay, so what did they do when they went to Mexico? What's something in here that describes Mexico? And then you do mis padres. The form, it's still the same. It's still mis padres, okay? So remember, we're not just using fui for every one of these, okay? You got to pick the right form. My parents went. It's not mis padres fui, okay? And then, like I said, find what on here has to do with Mexico, and then don't forget, you got to conjugate that verb. And remember, the funky five, it's mainly the funky five. That's these. And then you'll turn it in. Watch out for cargar verbs. All right, I'm here for questions. Don't forget, you have to make your own copy first. You have 23 minutes to do this. My classes in front of me, they only had 20. I know it's only 3 more minutes, but so therefore this should be done by the end of the period. Okay, so I'm just going to say 2:35 anyway. So if it's not, then it's going to be considered late. You should be able to get this done during class. Okay. Let me know if you have any questions. You should still stay in the meeting.